It's time for Respect the Process, a short chat about commercial filmmaking. Here's your host, director Jordan Brady.
Oh, Helen, thank you. Listeners, I am back from the Houston Media Conference. I did a closing keynote, which you would think they would have a Houston filmmaker do, and I gave a workshop there. A couple people signed up for the Filmmaker Retreat while I was on stage. Came off stage, met the filmmakers. They're going to be joining us. There is one spot left for Joshua Tree, September 25th through the 28th. It's going to be amazing. I have talked to the Magic Mind people. They will be supplying us with original Magic Mind, which has the nootropics, the calming performance shot that gets your mind going in flow state. And it's got 55 milligrams of caffeine, a little bit of sugar, but it's got the vitamins and the lion's mane, the ashwagandha, and the ceremonial grade matcha. I told him, you know what? I'll find out from the filmmakers if anyone has an aversion to stimulants because they have Magic Mind free. But for the filmmaker, I don't think that's going to be as popular. But that's me. I'm being judgmental. We will have Magic Mind Max, which is everything in the OG formula, but 165 milligrams, grams would be crazy, of time-release caffeine boosted nootropics. I do the Magic Mind Max on set right after lunch, and I am on fire right in the pocket mentally for the rest of the day. Keeps my energy up without any jitters. So Magic Mind, we appreciate them hooking us up for the Filmmaker Retreat. What can I tell you? I'm off to Austin, Texas next week for a shoot in post on a fantastic top secret shoot last week. I feel like I'm in the sweet spot, Helen, because, I went weeks without a job, writing treatments, not winning jobs. So when you do get the gig, boy, celebrate, enjoy, and just buckle down and do the work, people. Do the work. Okay, let's get to Ann Asprodites. Ann is a rep. She was my rep back in the Super Lounge days, a company I had back in the aughts. She's part of the Alliance of Independent Reps, with my reps Doug Sharon and Julie Kolner and Veronica Lombardi's on there. And there's a lot of wonderful reps that have come together to make AIR, the Alliance of Independent Reps. And they're doing this contest. 30-second spot, shoot it with a cell phone, and they have 4 categories. The prizes are insane. Okay, you shoot it on your iPhone by design. So if you're a veteran filmmaker looking to reinvent, or you're a new filmmaker, Spot in a Pocket is the contest. And I just talked to her today it was over a Zoom, so bear with me. Here's the thing. Agency producers, agency creatives, production company owners and EPs, and the reps themselves are the judges. So they know it's a qualified experience based on by design, it's shot with a phone. But then they're going to check out your other stuff. And the prizes are a year of agency source, which is like a couple grand to get every contact in the business from clients to agency folks. An article in Little Black Book, on the winner. There was one other one. Oh, The Howler, which is one of my favorite weekly publications from our friends at Simeon, are going to do a story on you. I'm throwing in a masterclass of your choice for all the finalists. I'll load up the winner, and the winner will come on Respect the Process. I will interview you, and not just about the contest. We want to get your actual spots out there. So check it out, Spot in a Pocket. Sign up for the retreat. The code for Magic Mind is Brady20, and it's Brady10 if you want the psychedelic mushrooms found at Frequency. They are totally unrelated sponsors of the show, so I don't want you to confuse the Lion's Mane with the Frequency, which it's good stuff. And they've really got it down to a science of both companies, actually, all natural ingredients. One just is more of a social lubricant, and the other puts you in a mental flow state. Some would say that the psychedelics do too, but buyer beware. Just be careful out there, folks. Okay, let's cue up Ann. I hope you submit to Spot in the Pocket. You are a rock in this business. You're the rudder of the SS Cuckoo, and you're pretty crazy yourself. Well, who are you and what do you do for the uninitiated?
For the uninitiated, and for those who are familiar with Cuckoo, I am a rep. I am hopefully connected tissue between content leaders and content providers. Coming from in-house production. Before that, I started as a copywriter, but I got kicked out because I couldn't avoid a pun. But what? You're going to say something?
Well, just when I met you, we didn't say content providers and content. We said filmmakers and directors and agencies and brands and clients. But now you just went straight to the future with this content.
I rode on a spaceship to 5 minutes from now. A time travel to then. Yeah, because now to me, it's all stuff. The difference between what you see the difference in creating in the concepting and the production, the capturing of stuff for a 30-minute spot or for your spot. For internet or the kiosk at your gas station or your phone or whatever has not yet been blasted into space. To me, it's content. So I say, I provider net.
You're agnostic when it comes to the screen or the format or the distribution platform.
I have to be because the agency people are as well now, as are the brands.
You know, I had a 4-hour documentary release. I turned down Netflix. And I made a deal with Chevron to play it at the gas station kiosks on those little screens while you're pumping. It was a disaster, Ann, because no one fills up for more than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So they had to keep coming back like 2 weeks later to catch 7 more minutes of the film.
Well, I guess that creates loyalty to that Chevron station.
It did.
Yeah. However, those 7 seconds or 7 minutes rather to fill up your enormous tank, that's a couple of 30-second spots that can drive somebody anywhere. So again, it's stuff. Well, I was using the term stuff, but it seems like content is a classier.
Yeah, I gave in. I fought for a long time and I gave in. But I'm not precious about filmmaker, director. I call myself a director and a filmmaker, and a commercial director. But if someone says, oh, he makes content, sure I do.
Yeah.
And you rep content creators, filmmakers, directors, artisans, anybody. That makes stuff.
Post editors, yes.
And editors in music. You have musicians that you rep.
I represent a music company, Yesian Music, for many years.
So they're the best.
They are the most wonderful people.
Award-winning every show.
But also just wonderful human beings. So I shout out to that.
So you're a rep, and let me catch a lot of listeners up to speed. They probably know that, the traditional model, a production company has a rep, either in-house or independently, like you're an independent rep.
Yeah.
And for a while, a company would be with a rep, hopefully for a long, long time. And my West Coast and East Coast rep, Doug Sharon, hates the term rep.
I don't love it either.
Why? What's wrong with representation?
I think, there is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong. But I think there was, in the early days when I first started, there was an antagonistic feeling that from the agency people, oh my God, here's that person with the pizza or the sushi, and they want to sell me a director. They want to sell me a director. And I'm busy. I'm working on this job. It might not be the person I need. So I don't think of myself as selling a director or a company. I am there to help. I cannot solve problems. To help solve the problems of the people who need content providers by working with my executive producers to find the right people.
You're a matchmaker.
I'm exactly a matchmaker. Exactly.
And part of the matchmaking process is that the rep, air quotes, so it's not a dirty word, the rep has to make these agency people, creatives and producers aware of the talent pool that's out there. Now, you and I know that it's best if when you go around with your hot dog cart, and you and I did a trip throughout the South one time, Black, you and I, oh my gosh, we brought in lunch, you had prizes, we showed a spot or two from all the directors, it was a blast. And people came out to the screenings. Now, we know in the pandemic, they stopped going in the office, how are you going to do a screening? Now it's all links. Now you just send links.
I still do screenings.
Ann Asprodites still does screenings.
I do. Different markets have different reactions but I think there is a trend back to we know there's a trend back to the office. We know that.
Sure. The pendulum has swung so far working from home that now that mighty pendulum has already crossed the low point and is swinging back up where people go, I got to be around other humans. Get Ann Asprodites and her sushi platter up here.
3 times a week, like Tuesday through Thursday, comes to the office. And the people with whom I speak who are doing that are grateful of the ability to, I hate the word ideate. I don't know why it bugs me, but it does. But to ideate with the people in the room rather than on a Zoom or a little square on your laptop.
I ideate with a creator. At that 20 years ago.
Oh my God, I know, right? Oh, jeez.
I'm going to ideate with the creator.
Well, I did.
That's like a religious.
Yes, I know. That really does. I think we could start a cult now.
I've been trying. God, I've been trying.
It seems like it's a good profit center. Okay, but we digress. So I find that I just got back from Atlanta with lots of one-on-ones. I was in Austin and Dallas and Nashville recently. And I don't have the plethora of sit-down screenings that I did, but still definitely screenings, serving lunch, showing work, but doing work in a sense of problem solving. It's more contextual. It's more, how did this spot happen? How do we solve any problems along the way, rather than just look at these great spots. So that's actually more fun.
And when you are making them aware of new talent and matchmaking and problem solving, all these buzzwords, are you giving a little backstory on the company, the directors, or both, or in the yes-y ways?
And the producers, because that's who the agency or whoever's needing the content, that's who they're going to work with the most.
Yeah.
So the EP to me is so important. I like to drag my EPs around on sales trips with me.
And how do they respond to that?
Well, I give, I have to bribe them, but it depends on, most of them really want to do that. They are grateful for the opportunity to really see the culture of the agency, understand it from the inside, knowing that just like every production company, every agency has a unique culture, and you kind of feel it when you walk in the room.
Yeah.
These are super creative, super hip, if it's a little corporate, if it's more,
Are there awards? Are the plethora of awards at the agency lined up on precious shelves behind glass, or one agency had them all in a shopping cart or sticking out of a trash can, kind of self-deprecating?
Well, no, they're on shelves, but they're not behind glass doors, and you could steal it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. That's where I thought you were going with that. They're generally, yes, displayed and kept polished. No dust.
How long have you repped Yes Ann?
Oh God.
5 seconds on the clock.
Okay, wait.
You want to call our friend? You want to ask someone?
Wait. I think 10 years or 12. I just had to do some arithmetic.
It's more than 10 because I worked with you on that trip in at least 2011 or 12. So it's been at least 15 years.
Okay, so
maybe it's not in a row. Maybe you took a break.
Well, there was a hiatus after the pandemic. We made some changes, but we reconnected last year, and so short of 2.5-3 years with that interruption when we went with other companies right after the pandemic. Altogether since about, I'm looking at my notes, 2017-ish.
Gotcha. I was just curious because I see a lot of your social media posts and you're with the SEN team out to a swanky dinner, and I see HC friends I know like, oh, you're partying with Ann. This is great. And how do you find new creator talent, director talent, and do you find it, or do you wait? Like, have you ever taken a talent to a company, or does the company always say, Ann, can you rep? What do you think about this person? Because I always ask, that's a great question, isn't it?
It really is. And I get links from young directors a lot.
Hmm.
And I just got one the other day that was interesting and good enough that I'm sending it to my companies. To say, here's a young director, and this has some chops. What I don't want to see when I get these links in are pretty pictures to a cold track. I want to see a story arc.
Pretty pictures. Let me double click. Pretty pictures on a cold track.
A cool
track. In other words, it's not a commercial. It's a montage of shots, and the director thinks that's a commercial. There's no point to it. There's no story. There's no strategy. There's no arc. What about that camera swooshing in? Do you like that?
Oh, woof. The camera swoosh, that just kind of nauseated.
Sorry.
I do like interesting camera work, to answer that question with a difference.
But
if it's just for the sake of it's for the sake of the camera, no.
Yeah.
If it's anything that drives the story, if it's an old technique or a new technique, if it drives the story.
You're technique agnostic as well as screen agnostic.
Technique agnostic, but I am not story agnostic.
No, you're story friend.
Story committed.
Story committed. I love that. And how often does an EP go, Ann, I'm signing this director. She's on our roster right now. I love it. Thank you. I mean, I would imagine you have a good eye for talent.
Oh, thank you. I would like to think so. Once in a while, a lot of time, mostly the EPs are really searching for talent. That is their job. So they very often will share, an executive producer will share prospective talent with the reps and get input. And I think that's really, really, really important, because there is a bit of myopia. Any one person looking at a reel is slightly myopic and sees what they see. And to get consensus for reps is important.
I have, when I worked with you, I had a couple of partners. We were at Super Lounge. That was the name of the production company. We did some great work. And we would always tell the directors, and I'm not looking to bring people onto True Gent. And you can learn more about True Gent, a soup to nuts production company, creative boutique at truegent.tv. But I don't want to saddle you with that website, Ann, in our conversation. But
I think I go to the website, and of course you work with my rep-in-laws, who I love.
Your rep-in-laws. Oh, that's an interesting. We're going to get to air in a second, right? But I want to lay the foundation for the uninitiated to not just you, but the rep world. I would tell directors back in the Super Lounge days, look, I love you. I love your work. I love your style of comedy. Does it sell? Jordan Brady doesn't know. I'm a director myself. Let's ask the reps. There was a young director I had on the podcast, and we clicked like brothers. And I love his work, and he has celebrities. And I talked to the reps, and they're like, it's going to be a tough sell. And they would love for me to have more than just a few directors, right? You want inventory, to put it in sales terms. It is shelf items. Directors are shelf items. Now your true colors are showing. I kid, Ann, I kid. So that's an important step, that if the sales connectors, matchmakers are out there on the front lines, you have to believe in the director and her talents.
You really do. And you have to, there is so much competition that somebody can be, for example, a really great celeb director, totally solid as can be. But if it doesn't have what that secret sauce, that whatever extra thing there is, maybe it's intimacy of camera, maybe it's art direction, composition, whatever it is, it sets it slightly away.
Put a little sauce in the roux, we say in New Orleans.
Exactly.
Is that a saying?
No, but
I'm doing roux in the sauce. It's a little sauce in the roux.
well, roux is the basis of a sauce, but I would put a little hot sauce in that roux.
Yeah, that's what I said. Put a little sauce in the roux.
Okay, yeah, hot sauce.
Is there any other kind of sauce?
No, you're absolutely right. And we'll just, I prefer crystal to Mac-Honey, but that's just me. So I do look for whatever it's going to be that elevates that reel, that sets it apart. And part of it, and I never thought about it in these terms before, might even be my own level of ennui, not ennui, but boredom. I want to get excited.
Yeah.
I want to see this and go, oh my God, this is such a cool reel. This is so different. This just turns me on, rather than just something that's so well crafted, but it's still in that herd of other
Is
a genre. Yeah.
What do you do as person in your position when you see a director's work, but there's only one or two spots? Do you take them to the marketplace? Do you tell them to wait? Do you find that one relationship that might take a chance, and how do you convince them? What is the strategy for a lot of new directors listening right now?
Yeah, that's a really great. I would love a young director to come to me with 4 to 5 spots on a reel. 4 to 5 spots is sellable. 2 spots is where's the rest of your.
Because if not Ann Asprodites, it's going to say what's the rest of the reel. It's an agency, or the agency says, oh, if they can enhance, the client's going to go, so we're giving $250,000 to someone with 2 commercials.
Right. And it can, I guess back in the day, you could talk somebody into taking a risk. But right now, everybody's job, every job is the last job someone's going to do to keep their job.
Yeah.
So nobody, and I understand that, you need to really have you need to make somebody feel really safe to take a risk. And that safety might be 4 to 5 consistently good spots in a reel. Now, how do you get those spots? I'm a big believer in spec. Big believer in
spec.
Nobody cares if it's a spec spot. If it's well crafted, the story well told, interesting, nobody cares that you made up the product.
Oh, I agree. In fact, I'll specifically say make up a product versus doing Pepsi or Oreo cookies.
100%. Make it up. Nobody. First of all, nobody's going to know, and nobody's going to care.
They don't care.
They don't care. But have that reel. If you're going to do spec work, young directors, if you're going to do spec work, have those 4 to 5 spots tell your story. Who are you? What do you do? They don't have to be the same spot. You want it to be a little different, but it does have to craft a culture about you. And so now I'm going to go back for a second.
Point of view.
So I asked my production companies the what, how, and why.
What, how, and why?
What are you? You're a production company. How do you do it? Well, you know how you do what you do. This is stuff we know. But the why is what makes your culture, defines your culture, and makes you different. So I say that to young directors. You know what you do and you know how to do it. But the why needs to come across. What makes you different? Create the culture, your look, your style. That's your superpower, whatever that is. Celeb, performance to camera, comedy, pre-picture, whatever it is your why.
That's a great answer. I'm going to pause and just process and probably put a sound effect in here to during the next chapter. Yeah, sound effects. Ooh.
No, I want a different one.
We can do a boing throughout the whole show. Boing.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that every little pause. If I pause, Jake, my son, who edits the show diligently, will go, boing, we'll get a real one, a real ball.
So we go, boing.
We just do one per show now, but sorry. Now, I tell the young filmmakers, put yourself in a box to make yourself easy to sell by the salespeople. And that doesn't mean, it can mean category, but ultimately, we hope it's a point of view. Starting there, yeah, go ahead.
It's not a category necessarily, but that's why I'm saying why defining a culture. Who are you? Are you somebody who is really good with performance? Are you somebody who's really great with creating a story or a world building, which is a new term for me, but I just learned.
World building? What is world building? Some fantastical thing? Like,
and you create an environment, and I guess the way I'm using it, I'm using it wrong, but creating an environment, a believable environment, a consistent environment, telling a story. It all comes down to telling a story.
Full stop. Mic drop. Boing. Okay, so now, traditionally, up until a few years ago, I would think that reps would compete for production companies, or, well, I want to get Ann will take my company on. Oh, I'm going to go with, C- reps in the Mid-Atlantic region. I'm not happy. I want to get Ann. Maybe I'll get better spots. But then came along AIR, the Association of Independent Reps. And you're the president, you're the co-founder. Who co-founded with you?
The wonderful Veronica Lombardo.
Yes, hello, Veronica. She's been on the show.
She's the best.
Yeah.
She is absolutely the best. During the pandemic, Veronica and I were on the phone a lot, chit-chattering, and we were trying to figure out stuff like PPP. How do you get PPP as a small business, one person business owner? What do I do? My companies are scared. They want to cut off our retainer. But worse than that, we're afraid they're going to go out of business.
Ooh,
how do we do this? How do we do this? So our conversations grew and grew. And about, I guess, a year in, I'm really good. I'm really not good. I'm really bad with keeping track of time. So sometime into this pandemic thing, we became a formal 501c3 organization, the same as C3, C6, same as AICP. We're exactly the same trade organization as AICP. We are not a union. We are a trade org. We are very careful about that. Our purpose, our mission is community. Our mission is best practices. Our mission is what can we do to protect the production companies, because that's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
How do we are all operating in silos. So AIR is a place where we can ask questions of each other. How did you handle this? Oh my God, I'm having trouble with this company. Oh my God. And now we're facing bigger and bigger issues together, grappling with the changing face of freelance directors. How do you handle freelance directors? How do you handle in-house production departments of agencies?
Agencies starting their own companies. You get the freelance directors, or worse yet, wanting to poach your production company director.
Completely. So how do we say in business, give our directors work so they stay directors, but not feed into a culture that's toxic?
Yeah. Clients now, by the way. Clients having production entities. Walmart studios, and there's a sporting goods store that I consulted once that had their own everybody.
But Gordon, I've been doing this long enough. I've seen this happen before.
And it's swinging the other way now with this one.
I see a bug in your room.
Where's the bug?
Just little.
The big one that scared me.
It's a big one. That's yeah.
I don't know what it was, like a beetle or something. It had a paddle on it. That's how big it was.
Yeah, I thought so.
There was another bug riding the bug. Okay, so the existential threat to a rep is freelance directors and independent, not independent, but in-house production companies at agencies because there's no commission for the sales rep to place the director in the job.
Well, there could be. There are possible ways, and that's what we're trying to muddle through. But there is no contract with that person who would pay you a commission. So that's part of the existential threat. The other part is there's AI. What part does AI? We need to lean into AI. How do we lean into AI? Is this a tool that our production companies are using? Is this a tool that our clients at agencies are using? Is there a language? Is there a vocabulary? So these are things we're dealing with as well. So AIR functions as a place where we can come together and talk about this. We bring in speakers. We have great partners, LBB, A Little Black Book, is a partner, Agency Source, fabulous database is a partner, Press Kitchen, a partner.
They're great.
They are wonderful. So we have these marvelous, wonderful partnerships we can lean on also for advice. And now we're doing, and I guess this is what kind of sparked this whole thing, Spot in a Pocket.
Boing.
Okay, so
that's our main reason to talk. We want to get this out. We want to get this out quick. That Spot in a Pocket.
Yeah,
I'm going to be straight shooter with you, Ann. I'm not a fan of contests. In general, I'm not a fan of contests that pit artiste against artiste. But I think this is so fun. And the spirit of it is great. I've always wanted to do a contest like stock car racing where 3 different directors get the same script and the same budget, and they all do the same script and see how it turns out. Not to win a prize, but just for the sport of it. And it seems like Spot in the Pocket, while it does have prizes you'll tell us about, has a similar joie de vivre.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I based it on, I'm not going to say the concept came from, of course, the 48-hour film contest. But also, I just entered the New York City Midnight Creative Writing Contest.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So it's, you have 48 hours to write something, but they give you a genre and a prompt. So that's where that came from, the genre prompt thing. And
48-hour Film Fest, which I'm sure many people listening have done. I've done them. And there was one, Instant Films. You had a weekend. You pull a word out of a hat and the writer writes the script. Then you pull an actor's name or two out of a hat. There's your cast. And you have to use a certain phrase or whatever. And then Sunday night, they screen them.
So this is a little similar, but we made it a little bit different. Gave people more time. There's more time to pull this together. It's open to everybody. That's what I love about it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the intern wants to. And also the other thing I want to really make clear is that so many directors who've been around for a while, and God knows those are important. They want to do something different.
Yeah.
A little reinvention. So this is a place to do a little bit of fun reinvention.
An old timer like me could crap open an iPhone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this shot on an iPhone? Because when we talked offline, Spot in a Pocket refers to the movie studio camera editing tool in your pocket. As for the listener on the treadmill, Ann's holding up her iPhone with a dachshund hound.
That's he's supposed to yellow.
Oh, a yellow puppy. Okay. So do you want people to use an iPhone? Is that a rule?
No, they have to use a device. It can be an Android. It can be
I mean phone. But not a big red cam or a Venice or Alexa or anything.
No. Has to be your device in your pocket that you use as a phone.
What if I have big pockets?
Now I realize I should put more guardrails on.
Yeah, but you want it to be on a phone camera, camera phone, and how long is it? Can it be?
It has to be a 30-second spot.
Exactly 30 seconds, not 32, not 27. Not 43, 30-second spot. It's called Spot in the Pocket.
Spot in the Pocket.
And can we use AI? Can we use stock footage? Can we use, what are those rules?
We talked about that, and we don't know enough to make that rule. So we thought we would wait till work came in. If it, yeah. So any editing platform you want.
Gotcha.
And obviously music, whatever you want to pull is fine. We don't know enough of how AI is available or what somebody wants to do, but maybe if they're inventive with it, maybe that's a good thing. So that's why I didn't want to put too many boundaries on AI.
It's not a no to AI.
No.
It's another arrow in the quiver, as we say on the show.
Perfect. Well said.
So when we're recording August 27th, and I feel like I got to put this podcast up tonight because isn't the clock ticking?
Yes. Can you share the screen? I'll put the call for entries up and I'll have all the dates on there.
I don't know how to do that. And there's going to be audio version of this anyway, so just tell us.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back to my cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm. I'll confess to the viewer, I do know how to do it. I just don't want to.
Well, okay, that's fine. Okay. So pick one of the following categories and use the prompt to create a commercial.
Kept on. Oh, no, keep on. I interrupt.
Yes, you did. The brand can be real or imaginary. Number 1, healthcare thermometer.
Healthcare, you make a healthcare spot and it has to feature a thermometer as a physical prop. Okay, healthcare.
Finance wallet.
Finance wallet. Now, admittedly, it would be more challenging if you flop those. Like the healthcare had to use a wallet and the thermometer had to be in the financial, but it's not my concept.
Doable. You could, okay. But we're not doing that.
Right. You're making it more realistic. Like a real commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Wallet for the financial. Category 3.
Sports whistle.
Oh, a whistle. Now, does it have to be a Coach whistle? Could be a penny whistle.
It could be put your lips together and blow whistle.
Oh, I love it. Because you don't see the penny whistle at a lot of sporting events by the referees.
It would be pretty fun, though.
It would be fun. Okay, number 4, category 4.
That's one, household mop.
Household product mop. Now, it's just household.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a consumer good. It could be insurance, home insurance. It could be financial.
Yeah, I guess now that we said it like that, we were thinking more household product, but it could be any, I guess, household, anything.
I love it. And then do I put my name on it or do you judge it anonymously?
I think there's no name on. I think that when we get the links, we're not going to see the names.
Because that would sway you. You saw the old veteran booth.
See the name. The judges won't see the name.
It'd be a number, an entry number.
Yeah, I think that's how it's set up. And again, we're using, let me come back to you now.
Okay.
There you are. We are using an entry program, and I am not privy to that side of it, but there is a way that is they will be blind. We have the judges are going to be a mixed bag of agency producers, agency creators, and production company executive producer.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So just by entering Spot in the Pocket, my work will get seen by notable industry titans, including Ann.
Yeah.
And I could get signed, and because it's Spot in the Pocket, that EP at, Fancy Pants Films isn't going to go, it's shot on an iPhone. They'll be like, how inventive.
No,
what could I do with that director if I gave her a full crew?
No kidding. Exactly.
And what are the prizes? Boing.
Boing. Some, we don't have them all yet, but one of them is going to be a subscription to Agency Source.
That's
expensive. So,
a couple $1,000.
And the other, hold on. I think we're still in the process of.
Well, I'm donating commercial writing Masterclass. You know that.
Say that again, so because I cut you off.
I'm donating commercial directing Masterclass to all the finalists in the winner.
That's the best prize of all.
It's a great prize.
It's truly. The other prize is a 1-year subscription to Agency Source database 3 career consultation sessions with AIR members. So we have a career consultation that we offer, and a profile feature in Little Black Book, LBBonline and The Howler.
The Howler is a wonderful magazine. They have a weekly publication. It's from our friends at Simeon, who are the nicest people in the world. I know that Julie Kolner is an AIR member and my rep in the state of Texas. Ann's probably going to do one of the consults, maybe Doug, and you, Veronica, and everybody. This is a great prize package. You can't, the Little Black Book, that article would either cost you or they would have to discover you. So there's value there. This is like, I'm going to say $7,000 to $9,000 worth of prizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bravo.
I think it's going to be fun.
And what is of course it's going to be fun. Listen to this conversation we've had. What is the website? How do people enter?
So go to, I can't believe I'm saying this. Let's see. You want to go to allianceofindyreps.org. That's Alliance, ALLIANCE of OF, Indie, INDIE, reps, REPS.org. And you will see a drop down with the entry form.
For the spot. I'm going to put a link at jordanbrady.com that'll show up in the show notes on iTunes or Spotify or wherever people are listening. And we'll put it on LinkedIn, and you'll see this podcast on LinkedIn, and all the notes and links will be in there.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Wonderful. And is there anything else? I feel like we could talk for hours about the business and reps and everything, but
You know that we could do that because we have. I mean, if we've had over drinks, we have had hours and hours of conversation.
but I feel like I want to end this here so that people can right now go enter and be inspired to do one of the 4 categories: finance, healthcare, hospital, and the sports.
Don't listen to us anymore. Go now, and enter.
And sign up. And thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to hang out with you, always.
You know what else I'm going to throw into the mix right now?
What?
The winner of Spot in a Pocket will be featured on this podcast, Respect the Process. That director, veteran, newbie, doesn't matter. Whoever the winner is, we will do an interview and promote you and the spot and your other work here on Respect the Process.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
A pleasure. Give my love to Randy.
I love you, Jeanette, and to your whole family, and a big hug to you.
Thanks. Bye-bye, Ann.
Bye.
Commercial Directing Film School's mission is to help filmmakers direct commercials professionally. With online courses and in-person boot camps, we demystify the process to get you to the next level, all taught by your accessible mentor, filmmaker Jordan Brady.
True Gentleman Industries. We make commercials.